buy any brand of Italian noodles. I like the Italian noodles. I cook it for the way it says, about 9 minutes or so.
Right.
And then when it's done, I immediately cool it down so that
Cold
it doesn't.
shock it,
Yeah,
so it doesn't go too far.
and also so it doesn't stick together.
Right.
Sometimes when I'm cooking, I also put some oil in the pot so that it doesn't stick while it's cooking. And once that's done, of course, the meat sauce has been cooking for a while.
You start the meat sauce in the morning,
I started
right?
off early in the morning. I use beef, pork, and veal.
I like that too. I like the mix.
Yeah,
the ground beef, pork, and veal is very buttery.
So after the meat is sautéed in the olive oil with some garlic
with
and all.
some garlic, you want a little salt and pepper?
Yeah, salt and pepper.
Yeah.
You do it so much better than I do. I don't know how it is that happens.
Listen, I'm not a judge. This is all I have. And then we've got some Italian tomatoes.
We do, which I use the whole tomatoes and crush them.
This is a great
Normally I would
trick.
use my hands.
Yeah, I use the hands at home too, but it kind of grosses other people out. But these are your most efficient utensils, by the way. They're attached to your arms. I agree. I open the can, I just hand crush it as you throw it in. If that creeps you out, you can use your potato masher. It's a great double duty use for your potato masher. You could crush several tomatoes at the same time.
So I use a couple of cans of the whole tomato, crushing perfectly like that.
Right.
And then I mix it with some puree, just to give it a little bit of thickness.
A little passata,
Yeah, because otherwise this could be a little bit...
Did anybody in your family teach you how to cook, or were you just in the kitchen all the time?
We were in the kitchen, and my grandmother would always say, you know, if you don't, I was cooking when it wasn't cool.
Right.
Now it's like it's a career.
Right.
Then it was like a necessity.
Right.
You know, they wanted you to
And we all just learned from being in the kitchen, right?
Yes.
No one ever taught me, specifically something. My mother would just say, Rachel, peel the potato. She figured I saw it enough, peel the potato.
Exactly.
It's not rocket science. Pick up the peeler, there's a potato. Have at it.
And sometimes my mother would leave a note.
Yeah.
Dip the chicken in the egg, then the breadcrumbs,
exactly.
then fry it. So it'd be a little note if she wasn't going to be back on time.
So a little basil, yes?
Yes.
Just tear up, baby, and drop it in?
tear it or a hole, either way.
Gotcha. Well, it just wilts down in.
No real formula for this. It's pretty simple. I mean, it's a basic Italian recipe.
All right, let's move down here because we have some already set to go, and I'll bring down the sauce, babe.
Sometimes I throw some butter in that.
Oh, yeah, I start the sauce, that's a good point, with olive oil and butter. I love it. My mommy always put a little butter
Just
in
a little
the
bit
sauce.
like, but that I don't tell people, because a lot of people say, oh, butter, it's not healthy. It's not the healthy thing anymore.
Get over yourself.
Yeah. So, well, you say that. I only say that on the...
if you live a healthy lifestyle, you eat lots of dark leafy greens and lean proteins, you don't have to feel so bad about eating a little lasagna.
So I throw the egg.
Yeah. So a little egg.
A little chopped parsley.
Good fresh ricotta cheese, a little parsley.
Mix it all up.
You want me to put a layer of the sauce on the bottom? Do you do sauce on the bottom?
Yes, absolutely. Sauce on the bottom. I put a little salt and pepper in this as well.
Gotcha.
After I mix it.
Salt and pepper's right there, baby, in those little bowls right next to you.
This is the salt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sugar.
No, it's salt. Okay. Layer in some of these bad boys.
Perfect.
I like the flat sheets too if you're short for time because they're the no-bake ones. That's fine too, right?
I've been using them, but I'm not as good as at knowing when they're done. Sometimes
you don't have to do anything. Just put them right in.
Exactly. But when it's baking,
Mix,
or I throw it on there,
or just throw it on here.
Yeah, either way.
Gotcha.
So I put some of this in there.
Put some of this down there.
You have
another spoon.
Yeah, I can use my hands. I mean, that's what I would use.
No, use another spoon. It's fine.
That's what I would use.
Well, Italians are in the kitchen all day. We work mostly with our hands. And the thing is, tell me if this is true for you. We snack, you have a couple spoonfuls of the sauce, eat a little bit of the cheese when you're grating it. By the time dinner comes around, you're serving these giant honking pieces of lasagna, and you're like, oh no, I'm not hungry.
But I have to tell you, I had an aunt that was a little heavy, and I'd say, you never saw like that. You never saw her really eat.
You never saw her eat.
So I'd say, Aunt Antoinette, I don't understand. How come you're heavy and you don't eat? She goes, because I taste everything
all day long. Exactly. That's why we say, oh no, I'm so full. Yeah, because you've been eating for 12 hours. Here, there's one that's been rested. How long do you let yours rest? I like to give it at least a half hour, but usually it's about an hour.
I usually rest about as long as the lasagna, so I want to say about a half hour after I've done this.